Planet, you're just trying to.
Is everyone else spending $1,200 in 7 days?
No, I don't know. I don't know if they're serious. If they're serious, they are. If they actually want to catch them all, that's what they're doing. That's what I'm doing.
Why you should or shouldn't trade in that beautiful, trustworthy piece of gear for the newest, shiniest little thing on the block.
No, I kind of want to.
It's me, Baxter and Jonathan. Casino Guitars coming at you hard and fast one more time.
Hard and fast.
We're talking about the gear lust.
Faster, harder, faster.
Harder. I think a Kanye West song now. Darn it. Okay, the gear lust is real. It's true. It's in all of us. It's in me. It's in Jonathan. It's in you, I imagine. Harder and faster every day. It doesn't stop.
It's relentless.
Of this new Magnetone Casino exclusive collection just showed up behind us, and we're all like sort of like lust-worthy and drooling. Derek's trying to figure out, how do I get one of those? I mean, how do I sell them? No, these have to go to people in the universe first, and then we can get them eventually.
Maybe if we sell enough. We should have a number that if we sell enough, we can all buy one.
Even 30.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Get a Magnetone. That's the way it works. That's how guitar shop games work. But no, we all have it. So every time something new like these come out,
they cool.
I need that.
I better have this. My life's not complete.
But that old amp next to you is like, no, what about me, sir? Liege of my life. I've been trustworthy for the past 15 years, or in most people's cases, the past 15 days.
I was going to say, like maybe 6 months. And you probably spent a year or two thinking, God, if I just had this.
Everything would be complete. I'd be happy. It'd all be done. I'd be fulfilled.
It's the ultimate.
Just cut that off at the nip of the bud. It doesn't exist. There's no fulfillment. There's never an end.
That's never it. It's right.
I mean, because it's
useless.
It sort of ended for me in some ways, but then like things come up.
Well, you're not a flipper. You know, like Baxter. I've never seen Baxter like, I'm selling these because most folks. Not most. A lot of the guys I know are like, I'm selling A, B, and C because I gotta fund this new blah 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 thing that I want.
I'm just stupid. I don't buy that often.
You don't.
And like when I get something, I sort of like I know it's going to come in the collection, and I'm not necessarily something else has to go out.
You also aren't very fickle about like what you want. Like when you want a thing, usually everything I've ever seen you buy, you've talked about it for a long time. Like I know you really are into it.
Yeah, like I've talked about Benson's.
You've been talking about Benson's since at least pre-COVID.
Yeah, I remember like when I first had a conversation with Chris Benson on the phone about bringing him to this shop, and we just weren't ready at that point.
Right.
And then now you can't get him in the shops. But I'm buying one just like normal.
Like a normie.
A normal person. It's horrible. I can't believe I knew that. Two Rocks were something similar. I was one of the cars were something like that. But it's weird. Like once you get your one, I'm kind of good.
Yeah.
I don't have to have like all of them.
No.
You're the same, right?
Yeah.
So what should you do? Let's say let's say you're playing, God, let's jump in the modeling world. Dude.
Oh God.
Like you're having one of these like the Helix, or you got like the
Retract.
You're so dumb. He's just a dumb.
I just can't. Him. If you love your Helix, you're fine. You're a great person. It's fine.
He's still making fun of you and me and all my friends that like those things.
No, Helix are good.
No, let's say like the new thing comes out though, like what the Captor X or whatever. What's the new
Tonex?
The Tonex, like you gotta have it now. You gotta sell your Helix immediately. Is that what you're supposed to do?
Yes.
I mean, is that?
No, it's really probably not a good idea.
Well, because I feel like in that world in particular, you lose your shirt.
Well,
because like the technology world that does not hold value.
So it's funny because like, I had a HX Stomp, which is the like small Helix, the XL version, right? And a friend of mine, I'm not invested enough in that kind of stuff. Like I use those to screw around at home and to practice and for the occasional fly gig. So I'm not super invested, right? But I had a friend who was super invested, had had bought all these different presets and
I forget you have to buy all that stuff.
Well, you can, you don't have to, but it saves a lot of time, right? If you don't want to go in, make all your own tones or
what. I know nothing about
that. So anyways, he got rid of a Helix and it was like, God, I miss it. And I have all this stuff for it. So he kind of wanted another one. So I sold him mine because I had like 2 presets that were factory presets.
But I bet you sold him yours for like a way extreme upcharge just to screw.
Absolutely. No, I did.
That's what friends do.
But I did buy myself a Tonex, which I think I'm working on a video for members only. So if you're not in the members only, there's my little rundown of a Tonex is coming soon.
We're doing the whole Tonex thing of all of our rigs.
We actually talked about the members only thing this morning. I think we're going to profile our personal amps, at least some of them, maybe not all on you. You have a lot of. I know a guy that's like a full-time job, but I think we're going to put out a little casino pack, only on members only. But anyway, so go become a member if you.
No, but so I'm gonna say, let's say like if you see something new and you're in the position where you gotta swap, you want to swap. In some ways I'm saying a thumbs up though. Like that's there's a joy in like getting the new gear.
There is a joy in the new gear. I think the hard thing is when that's your only joy, right? Like as soon as you get that new gear, then you're like, oh God. Now I'm not one to talk because I am a flipper. I've always been a flipper.
Not as much as it used to be.
Well, for me before, it was always like I was thinking about like for certain gigs and I was, playing full time. So, if I, like at one point I had a Grinch that I really enjoyed, but I never played it because it's a Grinch, and I needed a Telly or Strat, like another Telly or Strat, like as a backup. So, it made practical sense. I sold the Grinch and bought 2 Fenders because that's
But now I'm Grinch again.
But I'm Grinch again. And I can't imagine really selling any of my guitars currently.
You have a good core.
But, yeah, because we live in this evil place with all these temptations of new amazing gear all the time, and it's everywhere. The other day I was like, God, maybe I should, sell my Strat and buy this Strat. And then you said it. Before you even said it, I was like, no, that's dumb. Because I love my Strat, right? I miss my Strat.
And then that's the other thing you got to catch yourself before you do it sometimes. Because, I've bought large groups, small groups from folks, and I do try to talk them out of it sometimes.
Yeah. Remember the guy we talked out of? I mean, it was a really cool guitar, but it was like his dad's guitar, and it needed a few things. And we spent like a whole day with that guy, kind of.
Yeah,
man, you're gonna want to keep this thing, and you should get this done to it and do this. And yeah, he walked out with his guitar, and I think everyone was sort of happy.
Yeah, because we could have bought it, and we could have sold it to someone else. Make a profit. He makes a little bit of money, but then his dad's guitar is gone.
Right.
Forever. He didn't get it back.
No.
Once it goes through and enters out of that ethosphere, they're usually gone.
Every now and then you hear like the nice feel-good stories about someone who finds one, but no guarantees on that, right?
No, so not. No, so that's the rub there. The tricky part is, if you're really ready to let it go.
Now, and I mean, you and I live in this strange world of like custom shops and maybe sometimes vintage things and like nice things because everything I have now is sort of like bucket list gear for me, honestly.
Yeah.
So I feel very fortunate for that. But I mean, when my main guitars were like Mexican road worn Tellys, well, yeah, flip away, trade away. You know what I mean?
No, you've sort of like leveled up to where you have like
right.
proper Fenders and Gibson, right. Gretsch, right? You have the Holy Trinity.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that.
So, and then now you just add those super. You've started to get the 2 rock bug a little bit, but that's okay. We'll find you a nice little easy small
that works. That classic reverb signature, I'm telling you, man. That's not one I would have expected to fall in love with either.
It's really good. Like, cause I can have that, a Bloomfield, a Studio, and like they're all sort of similar, traditional clean, but they're a little different.
But they're different, and then like the TS1 is so.
That's one I wanted to keep, and then the Sterling is great.
Yeah.
This new like classic deluxes. I mean, the Joy Landreth we played the other day. Well,
I will say this because I think half the thing is like you on your amp collection, right? Like you'll have an amp that you love, and then just hear an amp that's just different. You're not comparing them. It's not like you're upgrading to a better version of what you got, right? You just think, oh, I want different. The Tonex has cured me because, like, I mean, literally any amp you want, you can play, and
that's pretty cool.
I've never sat and played a Helix for hours. Like it's always like I need this, like a Swiss Army knife. Like I just need this. I'm gonna buy it. Blah.
Boom.
But the first night I plugged the Tonex in, I played for 3 hours. I didn't twiddle with things. I just sat out in my little building and was like, oh my God, this is really fun. I just enjoyed it, And I didn't think. And then before I knew it, it was like 2:00 in the morning.
I need to go see my family.
Right. They're in bed.
They're not to sleep. Chrissy's snoring and drooling.
But so that to me, that's the mark of a new piece of gear that's worth it or that's fun because you get a little lost in it.
No, well, there's something about like the lust for the new gear is almost as exhilarating as it is receiving of the new gear.
Sometimes when you get it, this is when I know it was a bad purchase. When I get the new thing, and then the next day it's almost like a letdown. Like, oh well, the thrill of wanting it is over.
Yeah, That is true. Gas is going away. You ran out of gas. Then the gas moves over to something else new and fluffy.
Yeah, because you can go immediately. Okay, well now I just need this thing to make this new thing work.
Well, no, I think that's maybe how we're wired now in the society we live in too. Because like even with like the consumption of like entertainment, like I know like I'll watch a show and I have to watch the show all at once. I'll watch one episode a night if I can, and maybe a break every other night. So it takes me like a long time to watch one show.
Yeah.
Like a long time, because I get maybe 45 minutes of TV time a day at sort of the outset of something, but then as soon as that one's over, I'm sort of like you're looking for the next one, and then sometimes like you invest a little bit. I'll invest like a new show. I'm like, it's good, but I'm not ready to invest. So you unplug. It's kind of that little purchase. I'm gonna return it. Bought this pedal. I don't want it.
But I mean, like think about like. Because I'll binge watch things, but I'll go a week or two and not watch any shows, right? And then I'll find one and I'll kind of binge watch. I think that's just my personality. But there is something nice to like seeing a whole series. Like I feel like things are made now where it isn't a story.
Well, I feel like they're movies now.
Yes.
So like they're long form movies and they're wonderful.
But there was something amazing about when I was a kid and like I knew this thing was coming on Friday at 7:00.
You had to be.
And if you didn't make it,
yeah, I remember. Play like in a sports tournament once. I'd be like, we gotta finish this.
Right.
I gotta get home for the 90210 finale. We gotta. I know.
What's gonna happen to the Peach Pit?
It really went dark. It really went dark. It's not that you get that joke if you watch 90210. It's such a good show. Do you remember the episode when the R&B group showed up? I just forgot. I want to sex you up.
Oh yeah.
Offer something. What's the name of that? Offer. I can't remember. I blank. Color Me Bad. Color Me Bad. Sorry, I was having like a mental Friday, and I had the Color Me Bad CD.
Yeah.
So bad. It's such a bad group, but so good at the same time. Loved them. Love you guys in Color Me Bad.
Like it's like, well, I got some great acts through here in this little club. It's weird.
There's all I could do a whole thing on like all the things that visited the Peach Pit after dark. That was my joke earlier that I referenced, but you'll get it if you're a Peach Pit fan. Not Passion Pit or Peach Pit, the band. Two different things. God bless you. I just don't end it for. I mean, so the journey's really it's like a choose your own adventure book.
It is.
Don't do it. I don't know if there's. I'd be careful of selling the gear you love. Don't sell your dad's stuff.
No, or like if you just have really great, trustworthy things, because I've done that before. I've sold things and then upgraded and then not been as happy.
You talk about your marriage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sad, but now I'm stuck. So
You're stuck now. You can't get out of this one. Retract.
I'm sure Christy will watch this one as well.
She won't watch this. She'll watch this.
She always watches the ones where we talk about.
We're at Denny's.
It's like she knows.
It's like shit.
She just check in and see what the boys are talking about.
Aren't they, Baxter? Dang it. Yeah, I don't know. Subject of malice again.
Yeah, but
Big malware on YouTube.
anyways, it's fine.
No, yeah, just be careful with your choices. But have fun out there too. It's I enjoy it. I'm in a weird sort of Zen moment.
So basically, there's no answer.
There's no answer.
There's no answer. Right. Trade your gear, don't trade your gear. We don't care. It's whatever you want to do.
But just analyze it as you do it. Like be like, hey, is this the habit? Am I like a drug addict with my gear trading? Or and is that the only thrill I'm getting is the
You probably need one friend who's not an enabler who will be like, hey, no, don't trade that thing. Like, who will make you think about it.
We're like one of those few shops that really tries to stop you from doing these harsh bad decisions.
Except for Sean. Sean's like, do it.
Just do it. He's like Shia LaBeouf of casino guitars. Just do it. It's awesome.
I kind of want to go watch the Shia LaBeouf song, where he's like the murderer in the woods.
It's pretty great.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think I do know what you're talking about.
And at the end, he stands up clapping.
I love Shia LaBeouf. I think he's great. He's Transformers exist because of Shia LaBeouf.
Because of Shia LaBeouf, yeah.
Like the ones without him. I love Mark Wahlberg, but that one's a sort of...
Yeah, but it's like, he's
just like doing the same, like, well, what, the panel, look, what am I doing? Hey, it's like The Happening.
Oh my God, they're giant robots.
If you want to see like the worst Mark Wahlberg film ever, watch The Happening. It's M. Night Shyamalan's.
I've never seen it.
It's his opus of poop. It's where like the trees kill everybody.
Oh.
Like not by like crushing or something. There's just something there that makes they have some stuff that goes out like and like then you kill yourself.
Huh.
And they have Mark Wahlberg running around like a confused school teacher. It's hilarious.
Okay.
They take all that makes him cool away.
Right.
Like go do your thing. Because who doesn't like Mark Wahlberg?
I mean, he's pretty great.
An American treasure.
He is an American treasure.
I mean, there's a few of us like that and Mickey Mouse. All right, I'm gonna go home now and watch Shia LaBeouf videos.
Just another Tuesday night for Shia LaBeouf. That's a great video. You should watch it.
You watch it, dude. We're gonna watch it later. We're gonna watch it. That's this afternoon, right before we go live. But thanks so much again for joining us. Click like, subscribe,
Hit the old bell.
and peace be with you as always.
See you at the Peach Pit.